Hello Marvel, X-Men, Fantastic Four and Spider-Man fans of YouTube, and welcome to another That's Just Joe video. My name's Joe and that's about it. So some big MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe news coming out the fold. Kevin Feige is obviously on the press tours for the moment for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which is coming out this Friday. I'm very much looking forward to it, despite the Rotten Tomatoes score. To be honest, I don't really care about Rotten Tomatoes and the critics involved and everything, but 55%, not looking good. One of the lowest rated Marvel films at the moment, but hey, what matters is the audience score. Let's give the audience a chance to see what they think, and let's ignore the critics until the audience has seen it. But thank you to the critics for their opinion, I guess. I'm looking forward to the film still. I've still been a bit about it, and I've seen a lot of content creators and influencers going to see the film early and actually being really open and honest and saying, it was alright, oh yeah, I really loved it, and oh my god, Jonathan Majors as Kang, amazing. But hey, I'm going to go into it without any pre-thoughts of what these people have said, and I'm going to give my own opinion, hopefully this weekend after I've seen it on Friday. Now, moving away from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which is the first chapter, the first episode in Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 5, which is leading up to Kang Dynasty, I believe, or Secret Wars, or one of those. There's so many Marvel films coming out. Kevin Feige spoke to Deadline recently. He has confirmed, I just want to get this out of the way, he has confirmed they are doing less Disney Plus shows going forward, which is very interesting because it felt like the Marvel Cinematic Universe was going to move more into TV, because WandaVision, Loki, they've been huge hits, but there's been a few misses. Obviously, a lot of racists and misogynistic pieces of shit out there that didn't like She-Hulk, just for very weird, non-valid reasons. But yeah, so they're moving away from the TV sector and injecting more into their movies. So that was really interesting to hear. Now, first we need to talk about Spider-Man 4. Now, Spider-Man 4 is very interesting because you'd think after Spider-Man No Way Home, they would be like, yeah, right, we've made over $1 billion, let's re-release it, make more money, let's get the next Spider-Man into production, let's shove it into one of the phases very quickly, get it out there. But that hasn't happened. But this film came out, over a year ago now? And it was one of the best Spider-Man films I've seen. It was one of the most fun films I've ever seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, oh God, Toby and Andrew coming back, massive. So how are they going to top that? Well, Kevin Feige has said, all I would say is that we have the story. Yes, they've got the story. Fantastic. We have big ideas for that, and our writers are just putting pen to paper now. Now, I have to admit, Kevin Feige, have you heard of a laptop or typewriter? How dare you? That is some gross... human rights would be all over you. I'm joking. It was a really bad joke. Sorry. But Spider-Man 4, yeah, very interested where they could go with this. Because obviously, 3 was huge. No Way Home was a massive multiverse of madness. Not that one. But huge film, and I loved it. And how are they going to top that unless they bring Toby and Andrew back? Which is a possibility. Maybe not in Spider-Man 4, but maybe in one of the Avengers films coming up. Maybe Secret Wars, which is apparently going to be a part 1, part 2. But we'll see. But I think they could do something fantastic with this story. Now, Peter Parker going to college, uni, whatever it is, and nobody knows who he is. It's a completely fresh take, and I'm really looking forward to who's directing it. I don't think John Watts will be returning. He's busy with Skeleton Crew. They've just finished filming, so he's in post-production, and I'm sure he wants to do his own film projects coming up. Now, moving away from Spider-Man, let's talk about Fantastic Four. Now, I have to admit, Fantastic Four, I've been a bit... itch on the head. I don't get the hype, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the hype. I still remember those 2 original movies and that god-awful Josh Trank movie. But I am looking forward to it because a lot of people are getting excited about it. It has to be said, though, it's probably going to be one of the most anticipated films of the MCU to date. Even though Kevin Feige's talked about Spider-Man and Avengers and everything, Fantastic Four has been in the talks for a long time. So talking about Fantastic Four, Kevin Feige said, we sort of talked about mutants and that whole aspect of the Marvel world. We'll get into mutants and X-Men in a minute. But Fantastic Four is the foundation for everything that came after in the comics, Feige explained. There have certainly been versions of it on screen, but never inhabiting the storytelling of the MCU. And that's something that is really exciting for us. People start to hear more about that soon. We plan on that being a big pillar of the MCU going forward, just the way they've been in the comics for 50 or 60 years. I've never read a Fantastic Four, but I get why they're the biggest, IP. This could potentially be huge, being back into the, public censored, but you know, do you know what I mean? Like, people are going to remember these characters, and I feel like they are going to go ham with this film. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Kevin and the MCU team do with this film. So yeah, I expect some more Fantastic Four news too, Kevin Feige teased. Now, let's get on to X-Men. I think X-Men for me, because obviously I was a huge fan of this series when it first came out, and continue to still be a huge fan, but I'm very interested to see how the MCU utilizes the mutant family. And talking about X-Men, or mutants to be precise, Kevin Feige said, you know, I think we said the word once. Kamala, Miss Marvel, talks about a genetic mutation. It was her friend. And Namor, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, refers to himself as a mutant amongst his own people. And mutant is a real genetic term, not just a comic book term. So, you know, he's being really teasy there with the X-Men. This man, he's just so good, because he just knows how to tease you about stuff that's not been happening for years. Give us something, Kevin. Give us a casting announcement. But hey, a script has to be written first, and that's something I'm really appreciating about the DC universe at the moment. I don't like to compare, but they have been saying story is important first. Let's get the script written and then cast people. Let's not be fucking around, basically. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. He talks about Deadpool 3 as well. That is going to be rated R. Obviously, we've heard some casting announcements for that. Emma Collins from The Crown is going to be playing the main villain in the film, and it will be rated R, which is exciting. It was expected. I feel like Marvel, Disney, and Kevin Feige are all a bit... Is it going to do well? I think if they do something like that recent Flash trailer, they will be fine. Here's the video from Deadline Hollywood talking about the X-Men, by the way.
The question that everybody keeps asking me is, when is X-Men coming into the MCU?
That's what Jennifer Walters just asked the robot in the final episode of She-Hulk. Yeah. And I'll give you the same answer that he gave, which was, I don't remember, no answer, I think was what he gave, yes.
Well, thank you so much.
But Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, we're getting close.
I mean, I'm very excited. I really am. I think the potential for the MCU coming up is really exciting. I think they could continue with this multiverse exploration even more. I don't think they have to do it within this time gap. I think they could just continue it on forever. I really do. And also getting fan favorites back from the past. I just think it would be fantastic if they include the multiverse as a main platform for the MCU going forward. Anyway, guys, what do you think of all this news? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, it helps me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching another That's Just Joe video. Bye bye.